Oh, ding dong. Hello, it's Kath. Red-headed Kath. I've thought about it today and I've had a pretty quiet day, but I decided I'd finish the children's book or start the first chapter. It's unnamed, so if you come up with a name, that'd be great. Only kindness matters was Poppy's favourite saying. It was her mother mare Frida and grandmare Feathertop that passed the saying down the herd. It became our philosophy, Grandma Frida had told her when she was a tiny foal. Only kindness matters. Poppy had grown up with that saying and she lived with it. We stallions have a saying too, only diplomacy matters, and if that doesn't work, only muscle matters. The stallion started his big, echoing noise through the hills. Kindness feels good, but sometimes it's up for a debate, he snorted, winking at Grandmare Feathertop. Diplomacy is the kindest way to solve an issue, scolded Grandma Feathertop. Muscle never did much, she added, sneaking a glimpse of her mate flexing his muscles. Grandmare Feathertop and Radium, Grand Stallion, had travelled vast distances together, escaping the slavery they first endured when they arrived in this strange land with its hopping animals. At least flexing your muscles exercises them, she teased. Muscles rarely used these days. Grandma Feathertop always spoke the truth. She was right. He had escaped the terrible conditions that had chained them to heavy carts, working them to the bone. They were thin and tired, she remembered. Grand Alpha Mare Frida was born amongst snow gums on the Bogong High Plains in a beautiful spring to an already ageing mare called Feathertop. Her very first memories are of pastel snow gums after the rain, the night she was born, shining as if they had been freshly painted, the spring rain making them glisten, their pretty patterns and loopy lines that were made by the squiggle gum beetle, the colours pink, mauve and lime greens. Years later, she would hear stories from her grandmare Frida and Feathertop. They, the Bogong Brumby, was blessed with seeing colours in a magical moment long ago when the winters were theirs and theirs alone. Horses running free, no fear of capture, the warmth that came with the changing light when the sun broke through the grey, close clouds. She remembers the clouds well, as you could almost touch them when frolicking and rearing and bucking as they would on Pretty Valley Plains. She remembers well, for in the high country it was icy cold winds that usually accompanied the rain. Sheltering as a trembling foal, the reassuring nickering from her muzzles of her mother, soft velvety nose gently pushing her into a position very close to her that warmed her. The near side to break the wind. So she sensed her mother would soon take her out of the arms of the snow gum and venture out onto the fainters for sweet summer pick, out onto the open fields of hovea and snow daisies. She would follow carefully, stepping over logs and fallen timbers when the winter snows. Frida felt calm. Feathertop's breath blew gently through ear-shaped nostrils, turning into mist and showering her with warmth. She trembled close in a protective place close to her mother's flanks, where the smell of sustaining milk fed her nostrils. She remembers her mother, darkest red bay with flecks of grey, mainly around her eyes. She was old, but she was wise, proud, alert, and very cautious.